Well, I actually get this request a lot, and I don't really know why, because why on earth would you want to watch me cleaning out chicken coops? But apparently people want to see it, so I'm going to show it to you. First things first, the materials you need to clean out your chicken coop. A pair of gloves, if you don't want to get your hands dirty. A dustpan. This is to shovel out the chicken manure. It's best to take something like this, a steel one with a wooden handle. The wooden handle gives you some grip, and it's also not cold during the winter time. And this is very sturdy, because if you use a plastic one, it will definitely break someday. Putty knife. This is very good to get into like the corners, to scrape out the more difficult parts. And if you want to clean out with water, you could also use a pair of gloves like these. These are actually somewhat insulated, so you can also use them in the winter. I really like these, but I only use them when I'm cleaning something with water. And a tub for transporting the manure away from a chicken coop to your compost pile or your container or whatever you want to disperse the chicken manure. And that's basically all you need. So let's get started. Oh yeah, and some clothes that can get dirty, or in my case are already dirty. I'm gonna clear the stairs over here. Maybe the roof a little bit too. And then of course the inside. Might have waited a little bit too long for this video, but we had a lot of rain in Belgium. Even the nesting box is really dirty, but it's actually still quite dry. And that's actually very important when you keep chickens, is that they have a dry chicken coop. As far as bedding materials goes, I prefer to use flax. And there are a lot of reasons why. First of all, it's also the cheapest bedding there is. And it's very loose, as you can see. You can easily grab some out of a bag, where most beddings are pressed together in a way that it's not really easy to take it apart. And still keeping it in a bag, because I only need like a bucket or so per chicken coop and not a complete bag. And this makes it very easy to disperse it in the chicken coop itself. Second of all, flax is also very dry. It doesn't contain a lot of dust, as you can see. So yeah. Who likes dust, right? So we don't want a lot of dust in our chicken coops. It's a little bit sharp. As you might see, if If you would press it really hard, you could get splinters of it. But chickens have scaly legs, so it doesn't affect them. You can even use it for small chicks. I've been using this for a couple of years now. I'm very pleased with this material. It takes up the moisture very well too. It's also good for in the nesting boxes. It's just really a great product. Way better than wood shavings, straw, hay, and what have you. I've never tried something like straw pellets. Some people like that or even prefer that too. I think it's not really cheap when you have like 80 chickens like I have. You also don't want to spend too much money on something. The chickens will get dirty eventually. So for me this is the best product. I also saw it in commercial farming systems, in broiler setups. And the farmer was really pleased with this material. And that's how I got to know it. And usually it's sold for horses. But yeah, I've been using it for years in my chicken coops. So it's definitely safe to use for chickens. Usually it also contains some flax seeds. Can't really find one now, but the chickens will definitely eat those. I didn't have any problems with that, so that's not an issue. Definitely worth a shot. So the right name for it is flax loams, and as I told you, it absorbs the moisture very good, up to 450%. That's like 12 times more than straw. And it's economical, it's a minimum of dust, it's labor saving. As I showed you, it's very easy to get it out of the bag and disperse it in the chicken coop. It's also fast composting. And apparently it also reduces the smell of ammonia and it uses less storage space than straw. It's a byproduct of the flax fibers. This is actually like the outer layer of the flax plant, so the stems. That's how easy it is to disperse it. Normally I would also use it in the nesting boxes, but since I've got my own hay produced in our new garden, I'm gonna use that. But I still prefer the flax loaves, because the eggs also stay more clean. The nesting box itself stays cleaner. Even if a chicken takes an occasional crap in it. What I also like to do is clean the materials that I use to clean out the chicken coop. Because, yeah, you don't want to store it like this, right? And that's where this comes in handy.